Is going on, everybody? I hope you all have had a great week. It is your co-host Steve coming in at you live. I was getting ready to keep going, but I'm also here with
John
in the red lights like a fucking Sith Lord over there. Anyhow, we
it
are live
helps
on
with
Instagram.
the ambiance.
Yeah, the ambiance. Tony means that we're gonna have a snuff film here in a minute, but anyhow, the rain has cleared here in Pennsylvania. It is now turned into the African desert, as it is hotter than Satan's ballsack. We have rain coming tomorrow, so it's going to turn into Vietnam. Apparently, Pennsylvania, you don't actually have to leave your house. You can travel the world. Okay, because we've had fucking Great Britain with the rain. We've had the African desert with the fucking heat and shit, and we're about to have Vietnam with the humidity. So, travel the world. How's Tennessee?
It's been the wettest 5 months in the last 50 years in East Tennessee.
Yeah, come up with another line. You said that last podcast.
Okay, maybe it was last 6 months. I'm not wrong about it. That was true.
I'm not saying you're wrong about it.
So then it stopped raining. Let's say, well, actually, that's not true. It's raining right now, but it stopped, say, Sunday, and then they were like, we're going to pull you out of Vietnam and put you in the Sahara. Today was 107 degrees.
Yes, we had 107 yesterday.
I could have baked potatoes in my boxers.
Yes.
I think I might try that next time. Good old baked potato.
Put a bag of frozen peas down there. They'll be cooked by the time you get home.
Yeah, if I want to stroke out.
Anyhow, so a little bit of news here. I have figured out how to put intro music into the podcast. However, this episode will not have it. Next episode will, because we have to pre-record because I got to edit it in there. So there's going to be some editing happening. I've also been looking into different audio stuff. So yeah, we are definitely going to be needing some mics, some new mics. Other than that, there's something else I've been looking into. I haven't heard anything back from them yet. I don't know if that's such a promising thing, but either way, this week we have my episode on one of the 7 Native American indigenous chiefs. I'm just going to say Native Americans. That's what I'm going to go with. Probably wrong. More than likely going to be wrong. That's what I'm going with. So, yeah, take it how it is. Anyhow, this week we are going to be covering Tecumseh, covering his early life anyway, because the man had a great life. So, without further ado here, we're going to hop into this. Actually, before I hop into that, I do apologize, guys, for not getting last week's episode up on YouTube yet. I have it in my stuff now. I am working on editing it. But there are 2 episodes up so far as of right this moment on the miniseries. So make sure you check them out. Let me know what your thoughts are. Without any further ado, here is Tecumseh. Tecumseh was a tribal leader, tribal chief of the Shawnee tribe, part of the Panther clan of the Kispoko division. His name translates over to shooting star, which references a shooting star at his birth. From what I've read, done my research on, a lot of Native Americans were named after what was going on at that particular time. I've actually read some stuff where they would wait like a week, 2 weeks, couple weeks, however long, until something awesome happened. Obviously with Tecumseh, it translates over to shooting star. He was born in 1768. To be, if you go off of what the sources say, the sources have him born all over Ohio. Most of them, though, have it in like the South and the West. So probably what I'm going to lean towards is like the southwest area of Ohio. I've seen a couple that said central. And when I say a couple here, I look up like 6, 7 different sources when I do my research on this. That way, stuff that actually happened appears in each and every blah, 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 each and every one of them. That way, I know, okay, this more than likely did happen. It's not just somebody sitting there at a keyboard on Wikipedia typing in whatever he wants to say. I mean, because let's be real, we've all done that where we go to Wikipedia and next thing you know, Tecumseh was fighting Lord Vader. So
I've never figured out how to edit a wiki page.
You haven't?
No, I've never edited one. And when I do figure it out, my WikiLinks page is going to be top tier.
I literally just did like the fourth wall, fucking just stare at the camera right there. Like, why, man? That's like high school, man. That's middle school.
Do you understand that 3 of my 3 years in high school, I graduated a year early, so don't think I didn't graduate, but 3 of my summers, my math class was in that little trailer they park in the parking lot. My 11th and 12th grade year, my algebra class was on a calculator. It was called computer math. It was for those people, they just couldn't quite get it. That was me.
So what you're saying is they just kicked your ass out. It wasn't a graduating early. They just kicked your ass out. Like, get rid of him.
No, I graduated with a dude, no joke, that was 21 years, about to be 22 years old. It was what he'd been a senior all 3 years of my high school career.
I actually know a couple kids that were like that.
And then, yeah, so I did graduated after 3 years. I did summer school every year. I wanted to get the fuck out of school, so that's what I did.
Fair.
And hold on a minute. Fuck you. I graduated with 3.9 and then a 4.0 in college. So
I had to go to summer school, so I can't say shit. But I passed summer school with 101%. Anyhow, back to Tecumseh here. Like I said, he was born in about 1768. Sources would have it in the southwest area of Ohio. His father, I'm going to fuck this up, but his father, Pukishinwa, was killed at the Battle of Point Pleasant in 1774. So that puts Tecumseh at the ripe old age of 6. Don't know too many people that could have their father killed at the age of 6 and still turn out the way Tecumseh did. But we'll get to that. His mother, Jesus Christ, Methowatiske, she was actually believed to be Creek. She was part of the Creek Indian tribe. When his father was killed, his mom migrated to Missouri with other members from the Creek tribe. Tecumseh was left in the care of his older sister, Tecumseh, and his older brother, Chizikaw. His sister taught him the tenets of the Shawnee culture. Like, she pretty much taught him the culture, like the gods, all that, their belief, what to do, how to, like, all that. She taught him that. His brother obviously taught him the warrior way, which props to the brother because he was a fucking beast. By his teenage years, the hatred of the whites for taking land, his people, his way of life had grown exponentially. Like, when you grow up and you only know a certain way of life, and the next thing you know, some asshats out there cutting down the tree that you used to climb up in and pretty much letting his cows and whatever shit wherever they want. That was your land. I get it. I'd fucking hate me too. Shit. But obviously the American Revolution is kicking off around this time, 1770. No, sorry about that. What was it? 1774, his father was killed. 2 years later, the revolution's pretty much in full swing. So as that ends, the settlers obviously start to spread out west. United States won, we got our independence. We can go where the fuck we want to go. That's what they did. They started to spread out west. Obviously, that's going to start raising more and more tensions. And it's exactly what happens. At 15, Tecumseh joined raids to stop white invasion by attacking boats on the Ohio River. And obviously, at that time, attacking boats on the Ohio River, that's a genius-ass plan. It's their really only means of getting a lot of cargo anywhere in a fairly decent amount of time. Can't take shit over land. There wasn't trails back then. I mean, there was, but they weren't well-laid wagon trails. That shit wasn't happening. And obviously, you attack boats coming up the river, coming down the river. You're going to stop. People are going to be like, yeah, I ain't going up in there. Uncle John back there, he went last week and got killed. I ain't fucking with that shit. Who the hell would want to do that? So, it came to a point, though, that Tecumseh became appalled at the brutality on both sides. Not only just from the whites, but as well from his fellow Native Americans. There wasn't actually an example that I had. I decided not to add that because it was some brutal shit. Like it made me like, whoa, holy shit. But it makes, I mean, I get it, man. Seeing the brutality, it started to appeal to the idea to unite the tribes. Unite the tribes, create one council, and that be that. Like it's a lot harder to, how would I say this, stand down a group of people than it is just one single tribe. Like a group of tribes, you're looking at several thousand several thousand Native Americans. It's a lot harder to tell them to go fuck themselves than it is a single tribe of like 50, 100 people. It's a lot harder to tell. It's easier to look at that 50, 100 people, go fuck yourselves out back, than it is, several thousand. The late 1780s, he helped his brother on several raids into Tennessee. And in the process of this, Cheesecaw was killed, putting Tecumseh in charge of the small band itself. With that, he returned to Ohio to help Blue Jacket fight against the U.S. Army. And there was actually something I was going to do on Blue Jacket, but I couldn't find actually enough stuff on him to actually make it happen. However, in 1791, under Blue Jacket's leadership, Tecumseh led a party against General Arthur St. Clair. His band decimated the force of 1,000 troops, killing 952 people. It's known as the Battle of Wabash. So, if that says anything about the people that Tecumseh came up with, learn from, fought with, 952 of 1,000 troops killed. Like, talk about a KD ratio. That's a fucking KD ratio right there, baby. 1794, the band was destroyed by General Anthony Wayne at the Battle of Fallen Timbers. Tecumseh was actually so bitter about the defeat that he refused to attend, let alone sign the peace treaty. And the big thing that he said was, it was the tribe's land. It wasn't his to just sign the name on it. Which, I mean, I get, like, it's kind of like counties here in the U.S. Like, I live in Cumberland County. It would be like Dauphin and Perry County fighting, and then me signing my name on there being like, yeah, I say it's peaceful. No, I'm not going to stand up for shit. Not a damn thing. So that is actually Tecumseh's early life. We do have his later years. That's going to be next week's episode. But I look like I kept it right about on time here at 15 minutes. So now we're going to have about 10 minutes. Any thoughts John might have on the Tecumseh early life situation here? So far, I think dude is an absolute beast. Like, he's a beast. Obviously, he's always learning from the people around him. Obviously, if you follow Blue Jacket in the battle and the KD ratio there is 952 of 1,000. That's some fucking craziness.
Well, I mean, you did a good job of covering the early life. There was a few things I disagreed with when you were saying before he decided to find Jesus or whatever it was that made him not want to, kill people. You said that you get it if you've seen a bunch of people that look like us stealing and killing and pillaging their village, you'd hate them too. You can't group everybody together like that. You can't generalize everybody like that because a lot of people were slaves back in the day, and I never owned not one of them, and yet I still get called racist. So.
Well, no. What I mean by that is, if you grew up,
or to demand reparations through taxes. I never owned anybody. I'm fucking broke, son.
If you grew up in a land and out of nowhere, fucking dude pops up and is like, "Oh, hey, this is now my land," I'd be like, I'm sorry, sir. I don't know where the fuck you got the balls at to try to say something like that.
Taxman does it all the time. Well, I mean, he could do it all the time, especially if you don't pay your taxes. But the Tecumseh was generally not. I mean, he was a savage, not like Indians and savages or whatever, but just in general, he was the way he carried himself. He was very savage-like. And then, he also apparently did some good later in life. So,
sorry, little man, stop down to see me. But I mean, that's how I would look at it, dude. I'd be rather pissed off. I mean, like, at the end of the day, you got to figure the settlers didn't, like, if they're killing the game, I know damn well they didn't use all of it. Like, it's like Avatar, I guess. I mean, not the like, it's an honor thing, dude. You look back through a lot of that stuff, a lot of the Native Americans, dude, they were pissed off because look at the buffalo, dude. That's a prime example right there. Like, you see pictures of just buffalo without the capes, and that's pretty much it. Other than that, it's just steaming pile of buffalo.
I think I could have been a pretty badass buffalo hunter.
Oh, I definitely could have. There's no doubt about it. I could have, dude.
We were sitting. Last night. We were sitting down for dinner.
Would you be a shooter or would you be a camp guy?
I'd be the massacre guy.
Like,
I'd bait him in and then dynamite the whole herd.
That destroys the purpose of it.
Nobody said I was there to choose a side. I'm there to start conflict.
I'm there just to cause shit. I'm an agent of chaos.
It's like in high school. I was always the kid in the back that was instigating the fights in the lunchroom. Like, don't tell a kid his ass. He said your mom's a hoe.
He said you're a bitch.
I heard him. We could. This is a little off topic, but we could push this episode one day and let you try your intro music. If I guess I could have waited till after we got off of here, but it was in my cranium.
But either way,
so in his later life, does he get any better?
Oh, dude, his later life, man. He it is the, what is it called? I forget what the battle is, but like, pretty much he's set up by the British. It's rather fucked how it actually all turns out. Like, it's fucked, dude. The Brits pretty much fuck him. Like, they promise him reinforcements on this battle, and the next thing you know, the reinforcements don't show up. what troops were there, fucking retreat, and Warrior Tecumseh is left alone with his little band of 500 people against, like, I think it was like forget how many troops it was, but like there was no way he was walking out of that.
So basically, this dude lived from roughly 1768 to 1813, and he was. I wrote down some questions because we talked about it last week about what.
But it's, and like that's what I'm saying. So 1768 to 1813, like in that's just about 60, just roughly. But either way, like in that span, in that time, to be known throughout history, like that's a great man.
Are you going to cover the Battle of Tippecanoe?
Yes.
That was one that I'd written down. And then these are for the later episodes. I wrote down 4 questions about the guy that I was kind of curious about.
Like I've got, I'm maybe the audience here can help me out with this. When I do this stuff, do you guys want more in depth of like the battles that they go through? How would you guys like it? Because like I have research done, but I can always go back and add more. But obviously, like I'm trying to give a whole brush over of their entire life. I don't want to. I can go deep dive into it, but if I deep dive into stuff, then we're gonna push well over the half-hour mark because some of the battles, like they're important battles, and there's a lot to them leading up to them, during them, and after that. Obviously, you want to cover. So
I mean, I would like to hear more in depth about the battles, even if one battle takes up a whole episode. If you were like really going to cover all the bases, like start to finish, major key points, major deaths, I'd be interested.
Okay. Again, I mean, obviously, like all the feedback we get from, obviously, John and I's own feedback to each other, feedback that we get, because I actually have a guy that I work with that listens to this, which major shout out to him. Crick, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening to us. Feedback from you guys is what helps. The more you give us feedback, like, and not only that, I'm listening to more history podcasts as well now. So I'm learning from them. And obviously, like, we have this season planned out, what we're doing. I'm already looking into next season at what I want to do. I'm debating. I mean, obviously, I told John I want to do a whole season devoted just to the Civil War. I really want to do a whole season dedicated to the Revolutionary War because, I mean, we're coming up on the bicentennial of that. Like that's happening here soon.
We're coming up on the next Civil War at the moment.
we're coming up on the next Civil War. Then I was gonna say World War III, but that shit all calmed down.
Did it? Because they said they were going to have a ceasefire, and then an hour later, Israel was like, you know what? Let's just send a few more real quick. And then Iran's like, wait a minute, bitch. They sent a few
that's
more
the
back.
whole thing, dude. It's like poking the fucking bear. Stop it. Just stop it.
Yeah, because we got a lot of Israelis that listen to this podcast. If you do, hey, tell what's his name, Nanahala, not the hot, whatever his name is, knock that shit off.
Yeah, just chill. Just chill.
Okay? Gas is already too high.
Yeah, it's fucking hot out, man. Chill. Okay? Save this shit for the fall. God damn it. Let it cool down a little bit.
I don't know if they truly have a fall over there.
Huh?
I don't know if they have a fall.
Yeah, they do. It's called Fallout.
I'm in a bunch of groups in the area that I'm in, and I keep seeing people ask where are the local fallout shelters. We are 80 miles from DC. Fallout shelter's not going to help you. No, we're not 80 miles from DC. Hold on, how far are we?
He's like, if y'all remember that or the fucking episode we did with search history, right here we go. But yeah, anyway, we do have, like I said, I would gladly go in depth. we try to keep the episodes as something you guys could listen to on lunch, because obviously
we're 480 miles from it. We'll be all right. You can make it to the mountain. We're high enough up. We'll just see the mushroom cloud. We won't be in it.
Yeah. I'm going to be standing outside with a fucking weenie on a stick.
Oh.
I'm cooked, buddy. But
yeah, you're right there.
Yep. Not to mention we have the work college here. Like, yep. But yeah, we definitely, this stuff's all definitely a work in progress. Like, obviously you guys heard all last season, if you listen to us, that we will get intro music. We will get it. Well, I finally figured it out. It's just going to take a little bit of editing on my end, which not a big deal at all. Just means John and I have to bank episodes. Matter of fact, when I come down in July here, that's what we can do. We can bank 2 or 3 episodes.
I'm down.
And then that way we can bank them and we can get them edited, and then we can just stay ahead of the game.
Lock ourselves in the podcast laboratory with the red lights. You want a different color light? I got blue. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, that was a rainbow. Didn't mean for that to show up. Green. There we go.
The fact that this man wants to be in a room with ambient lighting makes me kind of not want to go to Tennessee, guys, but we're going to go to Tennessee.
Damn it.
If for nothing else, for the Blackstone. I'm not actually going to take the Blackstone, but I want a picture of me sitting there with the Blackstone, and I want it sent to the group chat and been like, Steve beat y'all here.
I don't think you're gonna get that photograph. I mean, you can take a photo with Blackstone, but your competitors are coming down the weekend of the 4th.
Motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Damn it. I knew it, dude. I should have just pulled a typical Steven move and just driven down and been like, hey guys, sup? Yeah, I got the Blackstone. All right, peace. I'll see you in a little while. But yeah, so definitely we have a lot more stuff. Like John and I have been talking more and more serious about the podcast. Obviously it started off as just we're gonna do this, and as it's gone, him and I have gotten more and more serious about it. So whatever you guys have as far as recommendations, if you can point us anywhere, know anything, can speak on the stuff we're talking on, reach out to us. Like, gladly we'll listen to it. And, we'll gladly listen to you. We'll use what we can. If it's a fantastic interview, I'm recording it and we can play it. We'll make shit happen. But
there you go.
Yeah.
Always. All right, I think that about does it for this one.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this week, guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope you all have a great week. And as always, stay classy, never sassy. Peace.
We got to change that.
Worry about what I say.